I do spend a lot of time scrutinizing supplements and making sure that they're, you know, they're good forms of things, and also that they're well absorbed. And obviously really love the fact that the truth stuff is in liquid form, because that's a lot easier for the body to absorb. And a lot of people with compromised digestion, they're not going to be able to break down a big capsule, or, well, capsules are a little bit easier, but big tablets, you know, they might be great, but for someone who's compromised gut health, that's very difficult to get that into where it needs to be. That makes sense.
Yeah. It's a shame, isn't it? Because you know, we hear from people saying, oh, I've tried, it's a curcumin's one, you know, I've tried curcumin supplement before, it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
And it's probably because they've tried a supplement that's full of fillers, or you know, it's not potent enough for it to actually do anything.
Exactly.
And they're getting conned out of it. I think usually as well, if you look at a supplement and it is really cheap, you know, we get this on our comments all the time as well in our advertising. You can go to this shop and you can buy it for this price, and it's kind of like, well, yeah, but it's probably not going to.
It's not going to make you feel much better, you know, the vast majority of time. And I think you're absolutely right. And I think there's also a difference. There's a misconception that you know, there's sort of the level of a nutrient that you need to correct a deficiency, which is one thing, but then there's the level of a nutrient that you need to have a therapeutic effect. So that we're not just making sure you're not deficient in this, we actually want to use this supplement to have a real therapeutic effect on your health and make a difference. So it's understanding that dose difference as well between, and you know, a lot of the cheaper alternatives will just give enough of that to sort of qualify to, you know, the RDA of a certain vitamin, but actually you need more of that if you're using vitamins or supplements in a therapeutic way to help treat someone and make someone better. Ideally, you're using some of them, you might use longer term or for specific period of time, but often you're going in there and saying, well, I really want to do something with this, and that's a fixed period of time. It might only be a month or 2 months, and you know, you're dealing with things in a slightly different way, so you need a therapeutic dose. And there's obviously then the sort of the cornerstone or the pillar things that you're taking more long term to deal with, whether that's inflammation or to deal with you know, likely deficiencies that somebody has because of their lifestyle or their stress levels. So, you know, you work differently depending on people's needs.
Yeah, that's a really good point. We've had great reviews from people who have taken for a short period of time a really high dose of our curcumin, and they've felt the effects, and now they kind of like lowered the dose slightly, and they've just
maintenance dose now. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good way to operate. And similarly with vitamin D, I often give people a loading dose, which might be quite high for a few weeks' time, and then you stabilize, or you look at a maintenance dose to get them through the rest of the winter. But you're making a bit of an assumption that their levels are probably a bit low to begin with, and you want to get going back to people sticking with habits, or even sticking with taking supplements, because with the best will in the world, people will start off week 1 taking their whatever it is every day, and then it sort of peters out. So if you can show them a difference or a benefit quite quickly with the loading dose where appropriate, depending on the individual, then you're more likely to get their buy-in to carry on with it as well.